Let's see if this works. Hello. Is this working? One way to find out. You know what I love about YouTube is that it used to tell you, when it used to actually show you your stream, so check it out. So this is my live stream window. See how it says excellent connection? It used to actually show you if your stream was working. Back in the day, you would be able to see up here that you were streaming. And I don't know, YouTube just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse as a platform, like as time goes on. So I have no way of knowing without like actually opening a separate window and going to my own page if this is working. Because in the YouTube live studio, you just see this. Like whatever this is. YouTube is such, I don't get it. Like they have so much money and it still manages to be such a shit platform. So let's go over everything. Let's see. Is this working? Jamie Fuest is here. I have to get you an e-bike. Also, Steve wanted to talk about he's wanted to get his real estate license for like 2 years now. And he's been on and off about whether or not we should get one and actually open a real estate company in New York City. It would be interesting to pick your brain with Steve in the room, Jamie, if you ever have the time, since you work at Kokorin Group. Maybe you could talk him out of it. I don't think that this is a great idea. Nasara, how are you? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. I'm also going to bother you to fix that. You know what I'm talking about, that 820-3435 board. Yep, I'm gonna bother you until the end of time. Never going to forget about that. Hello, Travis, Ann, Corey. No, still no dongle. Okay, so now that this is here. Okay, so I did a video on Apple's self-service repair program and asked if this was an unnecessary invasion of privacy. So the TLDR of that video is that when you use Apple's tool to replace your screen, it is then going to prompt you at one point to pair the flood illuminator to the phone. When you get a new screen, it's going to have a new flood illuminator that's required for Face ID to work. And you get this message on the screen. And this is something that I thought was a bit invasive. By tapping agree, you agree that Apple may collect images of the device, which may be linked to the device serial number, diagnostic data, paired accessories, information about wireless or wired networks you connect to, daily count of call attempts, information about app usage data and call duration. They may use the images and diagnostic data to determine trade-in value, and they may use it also for anti-fraud purposes. Apple may also use the images for related audit purposes and just all sorts of shit that, in my opinion, really has absolutely nothing to do with replacing your screen. Now, what I heard, I also thought this was kind of weird, and I thought, admittedly, this almost may be a mistake because Apple's a very privacy-centric brand in contrast to Android. They're selling you on privacy. They have billboards in New York City based on privacy. So this seemed kind of strange. And what many of you said is that, Lewis, this is normal. When you go to the Genius Bar, you're supposed, anytime that you hand your phone to Apple, this is what they're doing. I'm sorry. How is that? Is that supposed to make it better? Okay, now, people have said, well, when you get your phone diagnosed, they plug it in and they do all this stuff to, diagnose certain issues. And okay, if you're taking your phone to the Apple Store and you have something random wrong with it, not like I know my screen is broken, and you want the full diagnostic and you agree to this, that's fine. But if you're replacing your screen at home, your screen is cracked, you know that the only thing wrong with your phone is that your screen is cracked, and you simply wish to replace that screen and then pair the flood illuminator from the new screen to your old phone, I don't understand why you should have to do this. That doesn't make sense to me. That still just seems like a stretch. There's nothing in my terms of service when there's a terms of service sheet that you sign when you leave a repair off at my store, and there's nothing in that terms of service that says any of this stuff. I mean, you have the right to say, okay, I'm not going to give you the password. Again, at that point, I then have the right to say, okay, well, I'm going to do the repair, and whether or not it works for you, the rest of the computer works, that's on you. Or you need to test the computer once you get it. And I can't guarantee that everything works on it because I didn't have a password or the ability to get into it, anything like that. But I don't have a terms of service like this. So it's just really strange because I'm not even really a privacy-centric company. I'm just some random repair shop. And what I found particularly interesting are the way that this has been getting defended. So I just thought I'd read some of these comments that I read on Reddit. Too long, didn't watch. She didn't want to run diagnostics and pair the screen because she doesn't want to agree to the diagnostic software's terms and conditions. Face ID doesn't work as a result. You're welcome for the 5 minutes of your life. And somebody... Yes, somebody did not want to agree to the diagnostic software's terms and conditions because we're not doing a diagnosis. There's no need to agree to a diagnostic software's terms and conditions. There's no need for this shit to go through your phone. Pair my fucking flood illuminator to my goddamn phone. That's all you need to do. You don't need to diagnose shit. You don't need to go through call logs. You don't need to take images. I'm not asking you to do any of that shit. I want you to take this fucking flood illuminator that you have serialized and paired to the phone and pair that to my phone. That's it. That's it. And I honestly don't think that that's asking a lot. And the thing is, again, when I did that video, I thought maybe it was a mistake that this was included in there. I'm going to give Apple the benefit of the doubt that this is a mistake. But people in Apple forums, not only are they saying it's not a mistake, they're defending it. This makes no fucking sense to me. This is Clinton over here, by the way, for the people who've asked. Yeah, this is Clinton. That's kind of coming in. Let's continue. And agree to send all your data to Apple. This includes images, all your network connection data, every device ever connected to your device, your call log times, a lot of data which doesn't have a reason to be sent for just replacing a screen. You went a little too short in your TLDW, and bam, upvote. I give that an upvote. They also run diagnostics to pair the screen for install repairs too. They tell you to back up and wipe the phone before dropping it off if you feel uncomfortable with the process. That option is always available. Why should you... You're replacing a screen. Why should we even be at a point where I need to wipe my device because we're talking about the potential of a diagnostic tool having access to everything? That's not even necessary. It makes no fucking sense. It's like saying I need access to an image of your drive in order to replace an ISL 9239 on your motherboard. It's like, I don't need that. When I'm replacing ISL 9239 on a touch bar, ISL 6259 on this motherboard, I do not need access to any of that to tell if it works. What I do is this. Here's what I do. I'm going to plug it in. Do I have 12.56 volts on PP bus? Yes, I do. I don't need access to your data for that. And again, to be clear, if you want to give Apple access to all this information in order for them to do a full diagnostic on your phone, that's completely understandable. That's fine. If you want them to do a full diagnostic, that means they have to have full access. That's cool. But there's no full diagnostic being done here. This is a screen repair. This is like we're taking the old screen. I'm sorry if I feel like I'm repeating myself here, but this is just... I actually thought that this was a mistake. Like, I gave Apple the benefit of the doubt saying it's a mistake, and people are actually defending this, as if there's anything to defend here, which I think is just nuts. It says, they run diagnostics to pair it. Who wipes their phone before a screen repair? Like, who does that? Why? What a waste of time. If for a privacy-centric company, for it to be a part of your process in a screen replacement, that I'm reading what you have in this piece of shit disclaimer, for this to be a requirement in order for a screen repair to be done properly, by me, that's insane. I think that's insane. It's one thing if you're another company that's not privacy-centric, but when you're advertising based on being privacy-centric, this is crazy. Like, there's no reason for that. Now, here's the interesting thing that I've also heard people say, and I tried to find the YouTube comment, but I lost it. Well, if you don't like it, buy from somebody else. Do you realize how dumb this is? I mean, the entire thing that Apple is selling the iPhone and iOS on is privacy. The entire reason that somebody bought your brand is because of privacy. That's the reason. That's one of the primary selling points of getting an iPhone versus getting an Android. Google makes money off of knowing everything off of you that they possibly can. So they have a higher incentive structure to not really care about your privacy in the same way that Apple does. When Apple's not making money solely off of your data, they're making money in many other ways off of you, including the price of the hardware, the ecosystem, Apple Music, all the other shit like that, iCloud, etc. So to tell somebody, if you care about privacy, buy something else, that is so fucking brain dead. I mean, not only is it brain dead from just an accuracy standpoint, but it's also brain dead from the standpoint that this is why this person is your customer. It would kind of be like if I if I told a customer, I'm not just going to fix your motherboard, I'm only going to replace it. If you want component level repair, go someplace else. It's like, I mean, what have I based my business on for like the past 10 years? I don't know. You can next. You can go into diagnostics and usage in your iOS settings and turn it off after it runs a diagnostic for the purpose of installation or pairing. Yes, you can turn it off afterwards. I don't see how there's a point to that. It's like, I can delete my nudes after I've uploaded them to my channel by accident. The text is effectively boilerplate code that's meant to cover a wide range of different independent diagnostic suites that are used internally. This is the same user interface that appears when the phone is booted to diagnostic mode with the device serial number added to the diagnostic console, or when you go into settings, privacy, analytics, and improvements and start diagnostics with Apple support. A couple examples of diagnostics is cellular voice and service testing suite, hence call log of any drops or network issues alongside the camera image quality suite, which has you take pictures with each camera, mark any anomalies in order to have the log saved with the image taken for each camera. This is needed in retail AASPs to allow Apple to reference the logs when inspecting the kind of functional issues when sent to the relevant warehouse. System configuration on its own does not transmit any personal information. It simply sends a basic status, physical hardware, and OS information, updates Apple's internal record of the serialized service that's paired. And again, this all makes sense. All of that makes 100% sense. If you are going to ask somebody at the Apple store, something's wrong with my device, like it's dropping calls intermittently or the camera looks like shit, then signing away access to this so that they can run their diagnostic suite makes 100% sense, and I have no problem with that happening. The issue is that this is being presented, and as this gentleman brings up, by the way, I appreciate Steve Jobs' official for that. I don't think that's the real Steve Jobs or the official Steve Jobs, but I appreciate it. As he says, I do think it's kind of dumb for Apple to not consider rewarding the whole thing. Hopefully this provides more insight. And I do appreciate it. That is appreciated. Again, if you're doing a full diagnostic on the device, if a customer says to me, I need you to do all, make sure all of these things work inside my operating system, then I need your passcode. I need your passcode to make that happen. I'm not going to test applications that randomly crash or some shit in your particular operating system if I can't have access to that. That's normal. But I would not then boilerplate that and say that this is the exact same access I need if I'm replacing, a charge port, or if I'm replacing a screen, or I'm replacing, replacing an ISL 6259 or something like that. So I do appreciate Steve Jobs' official's comment there. A little bit of drama there for a very generic approval message. Generic as in used in many cases, not just this. This is... Yes, it's used in many cases, but I don't even think that makes it any... Does that make it better? Like, how does that make it better? You can turn this sharing off. You can go with the diagnostics and usage in your iOS settings and turn this off after it runs a diagnostic for the purpose of installation or pairing. Yes, afterwards. Again, if I upload nudes to YouTube and then I delete it afterwards, who cares? I mean, again, when it says that it can give you access, when you're agreeing to all of this, right? When you're agreeing to all of this shit right here, who cares if you get to turn it off later? You agreed to it once. That's the problem. You agreed to it while your data was on the device, while the device was connected to the internet. I mean, and in her paranoid case, she could have backed up and wiped her phone before the installation, not had any personal data on the phone. Obviously, you can't wipe a completely broken phone, but that wasn't her issue. But why? Why, if you're a privacy-centric company, have that there? Again, I'm not even mad that Apple actually has this agreement there, because I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that because they hadn't thunk through this program, because this program is a fucking PR stunt to begin with anyway, it's not actually meant to be a repair program, that this was put there by mistake. That's not what drives me nuts. What drives me nuts is that people are going, oh yeah, that's totally normal. Yeah, that should be there. Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely crazy. Oh my God. What do you guys think? Am I just losing my mind over nothing? I'm going to send you an email later, Jamie. In loving memory of that poor MacBook, I decided to join the stream also because I'm awake in time for joining. Yeah, isn't it it's got to be 12, it's got to be midnight over there, Nasera. What are you doing up so late? I guess it's Saturday night. They won't let me repair my Abacus's hair of the dog. I hope things are going well with Amazon and Lumberton. They don't care because my neighbor is a communist artist, Daniel. So I have really, really good walls and floors, and B, the neighbor in that apartment is a communist artist. So I could blast music all day. He don't give a shit. And he blasts his too. I think you're wrong. We should be telling Apple, anyone we know, any connections we had, and all our private data. Thank you, John DeComo. Well, thank you. Lewis only needs to say pee-pee bus and I'm snickering like a 10-year-old. Come on. You're supposed to be an adult. You're supposed to be the adult in the room. I hear Sonny is here. Who wipes their phone before a pair? Well, that would be Russian secret agents who are spying on Americans. I'm missing some Apple criticism in my life lately. Well, you came at the right time. Sonny. What? How are you? I'm doing good. I don't have a microphone for you. That's fine. There's a cat over there. This is Sonny, everybody. Say hi to Sonny. Damn, you lost some more weight.
Yeah.
The Peloton's really working out for you. I'm proud of you.
What are you streaming?
I am not a commie, Nathaniel, no. I was going over this r/Apple thread, shitting on Jessa. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it's fine. Just as an idiot, she broke the screen.
It's her fault. They're saying that you should, like, if you care about privacy so much, why don't you just wipe the phone? Like, wipe the phone before you do it.
This is a copy and paste from what the Genius Bar does.
I know, but the Genius Bar does that because they're doing a full diagnostic and like full proper troubleshooting and all that shit. It's like you don't need that to you don't need that to repair a flood illuminator in the screen for Face ID, Clinton.
Maybe you do. It's Apple Magic. You don't know how they pair it.
Apple Magic.
You don't know how they pair it. They need a urine sample before they can pair it.
Who's asked Sonny how many mini burgers he had to eat on the Peloton to lose 1 kilogram?
Yeah.
The Apple self-repair tool kit for rental, if you fail to return it, is $1,000. Is it worth keeping it? I've never tried it. Sarah says, I wish I looked as happy as Sonny. Yo, it doesn't matter what's happening to Sonny. This is one thing I want to learn from him. It doesn't matter what's happening to him. He's always happy, and he's always laughing. I don't know if it's drugs or just something else, but almost 1 a.m., my first day off in a while tomorrow. I don't have anything planned. Okay. I'm saying that they're easier to get along with when it comes to playing loud music, Hinto Zero. Is the touch bar an expensive fix? It depends what's wrong with yours.
The touch bar itself is not fixable.
Oh, yes, it is. Don't listen to him. This fuck works for the Apple Store now.
I was just having...
Where do you get these shirts? They're pretty comfortable. I did not buy this for myself. A woman bought it for me, and I forget where.
I was just having lunch with my Apple friend.
Your Apple friend.
Who
What's
does-
your Apple friend?
Well, he works for Apple, and he does like audio stuff for them.
I was thinking of buying an M1. I was wondering if you're going to make a new buyer's guide. No, I'm going to delete the old one, actually.
Buy the M1, they're great.
How much can Sonny deadlift? How much can Sonny
I
deadlift?
can't deadlift anything. I want to do 1 pull-up.
What's your best pickup line or opener, Sonny? Says Kinto Zero.
Just... If you're nervous, just try to act nervous. So you play it off that you're nervous. Does that make sense?
Is that a pickup line, though?
No, but like it's all about how you feel, right? You can't fake confidence.
You can't.
But you could trick yourself into being confident.
Once you hit 225 for 12, you'll be laughing like Sonny. I fell off a cliff there. I couldn't even get over 9 today. They quoted me $1,800 for the touch bar repair. See, that's a little too much. Here, it's a few $100. But that depends. Do you have liquid damage on your board, or is it the touch bar itself that needs replacing? Replacing that is a royal pain in the ass. They did not make it easy. Where the F is your store? I don't know. If only you could Google that and get... Do you think the right to repair bill in Colorado will be enforceable? I think so. Hello, Tarman. MQT One Wheel says, as an Asian, my pickup line is I doctor, I lawyer. Does that work, Sonny?
No.
Okay, you heard it from him himself. Leggings. What? I don't know. Jeans.
Maybe Apple needs your information so they can make the repair program better for you. When they collect enough... when they collect...
Maybe they read enough, they see enough pictures of board repairs, and that's how they'll know what chips they need to supply us with.
Maybe when they get enough phone calls and Wi-Fi data, they will give you schematics.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Why are you wearing an Apple Watch? Men should wear proper watches. That's a fine watch.
Yeah, it's a great watch. It's for health.
It's for health. It's for
It
his
tells
health.
me if I'm dying or not.
None of the MacBooks are worth buying anymore. I don't disagree with you, Nasera. Will Sonny get a one wheel? Probably not.
I want to try one.
You should. You're going to face plant, though.
No.
I'm afraid of face planting. I don't know whether to be mad or just say thank you. You know why. You can be mad. You'll be mad when you get it back and it doesn't work again. That's what always happens with intermittent issues. Colorado legislation is using them in a wheelchair. Well, hopefully if they make parts and things available in that state, it'll make it easier for you to get them in your state. I don't know what state you're in, though, Ann, but I hope it makes it easier for you once it passes. No, not the engineer. I can't do that. The touch bar was a fucking disaster. I don't like touch bars. I like function keys. That doesn't work in New York. Half of the people walking around in Manhattan are doctors or lawyers. Yeah, probably. This is gigabit, and it's $270 for business internet, intergalactic. Some people that I know are smarter than me, and what they do is instead of pay the business rate of $200 or $300 for business class internet, what they do is when they say it's a home, and then when the installer shows up, they give the installer $500 to say that it's actually a home and not a business at the market that way, and they wind up saving a lot of fucking money that way.
Some people.
Yeah, some people. If only I. One of the things I consider doing if I didn't have a high enough profile to get reported for doing shit like that, but. Some people. That's one of those things you got to be careful about if you're raising your social media profile. Got to, go back through all those scams that you're doing and man, why do you find this so funny, Sonny?
I don't know. I just know that.
I wasn't even telling a joke.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the guy who's receiving the $500 really appreciates it.
Yeah, it's consider it a charity.
Yeah.
Hello, Houston. Hello, Don. You should talk about Nintendo and LG more. Don't let them get away. What about LG? You talking about the battery blow-ups in the Chevy Bolt or something else? Is it just me or are you more jacked now? It's just you. It's just you. No, I started a bigger workout routine. I did it for all the wrong reasons though, but I'm going to continue to maintain it even though the reasons are gone. But it was all the wrong reasons though. What about Nintendo, Sister Sarah? Honestly, I haven't followed that. I haven't had a Nintendo product since the Game Boy Advance in like 2001. So I haven't really followed it. But from what I hear, they can be cunts as well. Because Spectrum doesn't do it right. You can't get away with when you use Comcast. They use pre-built accounts ahead of time, so you can't say it's a residence when in business. Well, with Time Warner and Spectrum, you can. Oh, you can get away with murder. Yeah. I mean, I can't do it, but I'm sure other people can. What were the reasons to start working out? I always did. I had a workout routine from when I was 16. I started taking it more seriously 2 months ago because I had a crush on a toxic woman. Just be honest. Let's just be honest. At least something good came out of it. Yeah, I'm 13 pounds lighter and I could lift way more than I could before. But yeah, it was a wrong fucking reason. Anyway. Hi, Lewis. I'm messaging from the UK. Wish you opened a repair shop in the UK. I've had Apple products for a year and they've always had problems which no one here can fix. There's ITC Extreme, and I do believe the coder is near the UK. But ITC Extreme, Clinton.
Go to the Apple Store. They replace it. They gladly replace it. RTR, right to replace.
Come on, Travis, help me for dress the next class. I'm going to be visiting with Anel to pick on Tim. Also, I think Anel and Tim owe each other a live stream boxing match. So I'm probably going to be dragging Anel up there for that in the next for the next class. I may stream that, Wes. Will Sonny ever be my friend? That's a question for Sonny.
Are you in New York? Are you a female?
Wrong fucking channel, Sonny.
But the age 23 to 23 and a half.
Yeah, Sonny, wrong channel. You kidding?
Could be great friends.
Wrong channel. Love the one-wheel content. I live in Australia and I bought one direct from Future Motion. I have to send it back. I'm screwed.
Make sure you take the battery warning label off like they tell you to.
Nathaniel, I will take the fact that I'm in much better shape and I will continue doing this routine into the future in general. So I will take a positive from a negative decision. Used to do courses on repairs. I have Paul, Chris, or Dan teach them, but yeah, we do. But honestly, it's all a lot of the stuff that I go over on YouTube anyway, so you can just watch the old videos and go through the 150-page document. It is, Nasera, that is true. It is still working out. Tim is not a fighter. And Nell's not a fighter either, and that's what's going to make this a really good video.
And now it's 60 pounds.
Yeah, he's like 130, I think. And he's my height. I don't get it. That can't possibly be. Sunny is not using a mic because I don't have another one here. I'm a fail streamer. I don't know, Tarman. I gotta wait and see. When are you gonna hit the juice? I've thought about it, but I'm not gonna do that. Fuck that.
Damn, the chat comes in fast.
Anel strikes me as a fighter. Well, we'll see. Listen, there's a fight to the death that's needed between Anel and TCRS Circuit. That's been like a long time waiting, and there was a certain thing that happened recently that really, really needs to be settled. And what's one food you gave up you wish you could have again? Bread, wraps. Like instead of having a salad, I get instead of getting a wrap, I get a salad. I miss beans. I miss rice. I miss gluten. Yeah, I miss a bunch of different foods. But like realizing how much healthier I am without them, that I feel better, and just like how much lighter I am, that I can lift more, everything else, that I'm not going to go back. Even if I don't have the initial motivation anymore, I'm going to keep it going. Any advice for a kid who wants to get into computers but feels overwhelmed by social media portrayal at some alien level of complexity? The one advice I would give you is this is I'm going to steal this from Eli the computer guy. Don't get into computers. Get into business networking, get into JavaScript programming, get into hardware engineering, get into web design. Don't just quote get into computers. Get into find a specific sub niche and kill it.
Start making TikTok videos.
Yeah. Or that. You'll probably make more money doing that than IT nowadays.
When you pretend
probably
you're having fun, you're gonna have fun.
What's wrong with beans? It's protein. It makes me massively bloated. For me to have the amount of beans that would make me full, I look like I'm pregnant. I don't know if it's just me or everybody. It's probably just me, but beans bloat the crap out of me. Tim could probably fight. Well, there's one way to find out, Nasara. How do you feel about the MacBook with the T2 chip? Mine completely died, and it was to do with an update. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm not a big fan of the MacBooks without a T2 chip. If you replace the screen, you don't have True Tone now. You know that?
No.
On the newer ones? It sucks. I hate that T2 chip. What are you going to do? You need to pair it.
That's the Apple conspiracy.
Yeah, I'm not getting no pairing tool.
They made the touch bar line so shitty, so people will be more inclined to buy the M1.
How tall are you? I am 5'6". Did you get in touch with Peter at the e-bike motor center? I did not. If and when you decide your company rent is too great, would you retire and sell your company to your employees? Dude, they're not going to buy this shit. Nobody's going to buy this shit.
I'll give you 20 grand for it.
How much do you bench now? You know what's weird is I can do 11 bench press at 225, and when you use those 1 rep max calculators, they'll say that I should be able to bench 300 to 305, but I can barely do 285. I got 285 today, but it was it was like one of those 7-second reps that barely made it. Why is Sonny here? Sonny was walking around New York City after lunch, decided to check up on me because he's a good friend. And then I'm going to go walk around after this. It is Saturday night, and there's a liquor bottle somewhere in the city with my name on it. There's also probably one with Sonny's name on it.
No, I'm okay.
There will be. You'll see. Stream more during my daytime so I get the routine of watching again. Will do, Nasara. Will do. What do you want to see on this? What do you want to see? You want to see board repair? You want to see walk around the city? You want to see driving? You want to see cursing at Apple? Let me know what you're here for. Best way to make money is to build up a skill not everybody has so you can make things people want or other things people need. Yes. Do not do the just quote get into computers. Don't do that. You find a specific sub niche, find something that people need, and get into it. Do you do deadlifts? I do.
What's the fully charged live?
Huh? What's that? Are you go to Fully Charged Live 10th and 11th September 2022? I've never heard of that before. I don't know what that is. What do you think of Odyssey as it is now? It's not bad. It's just the library app constantly shutting down and freezing on Android drives me crazy, and it makes it an unusable platform. But I do hope that they fix it. I have faith in Jeremy Kaufman. Have you ever seen More Plates, More Dates channel? No, but that sounds funny. I got to see that. I'm gonna check that out right now. Actually, that the title got me. More plates, more dates.
It's a YouTube channel.
Have you ever seen this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen it. Looks like a bunch of workout tips. And then there's a video called "Step on Me, Mommy." What? Okay, next. A brief cat camera, I guess.
Where's Oreo? Sleeping.
He's always sleeping. He's a bum. When's the last time you visited Central Park? Probably like 7 or 8 years ago. I don't go to. Yeah, I never go to Central Park. It's a tourist trap. Any more public workshops, or is that over with? We'll see. It's dead enough now that I may that I can actually do it. Before it was hard to because it was busier, but now it's dead. So I'm thinking of redoing those next week. Thank you, not the engineer. What do you think of Elon taking over Twitter? I don't care.
Elon is a savior.
Ha.
Best thing that could happen to Twitter.
Oh yeah, total savior. When I want to save a business, what I usually do is I put it $3 billion into debt with $800 million a year in servicing costs for that debt when it's already negative and in the red. That's how I save businesses.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of Jesus giving up his life. My Tesla's window doesn't roll down anymore when I supercharge. So there's a battery fire. You get toasty. It's a feature. I bet it's a feature.
I'm not going to put a cat in the back of my bike, Jessa. Oreo's doing well, Sarah. I do have a business here, Travis, and that's probably going to be here for a while, even if I have apartments elsewhere. Go test ride a Bosch e-bike. They're so slow, it's painful.
They have the EU regulations. That's why.
It's horrible. They're so slow. No, even the regulations here, they make them so slow. All the only good e-bikes are the illegal ones. Did you bottom text today? What the fuck does that mean? Are there any vaccine requirements in New York? I don't know. I lost my vaccine card like 3 months ago, and I have not been asked for it anywhere that I went. No bars, no restaurants, no nothing. Nobody has asked me for that thing, which is good because I lost the card 3 months ago and I lost my wallet. Have you been asked about the vaccine anywhere you went?
No.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit anymore.
Once the mandate goes away.
When does that go away, or did it already go away?
It went away already.
Oh, well, there you go. Fuck that.
Yeah.
How long until it comes back again, you think?
Nah, it's never coming back.
Next COVID? There's always a new COVID.
No.
You don't think there's going to be a new COVID?
If they want to get reelected, no.
I mean, he got elected without committing to get rid of it, so...
Yeah, he got the early bird special.
All right. Time to get out of here. There is a bottle of whiskey somewhere with my name on it, and it is Saturday night, so I'm going to find it. I'll see you all later. Ah, that's one thing I missed. What's the name of the guy who made funny songs, man? The Chocolate Rain dude? No.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know the name of that. What is the name of the guy who made funny songs?
What funny songs?
I don't know. Anyway, bottle of whiskey.